Don't call me. I'm in a crucial board meeting, my husband texted. The phone call cut out so fast it left my ears ringing. But there was a problem. A major one. I wasn't sitting at home. I was standing exactly 2 feet behind him in the crowded VIP lounge of a high-end downtown restaurant. I watched him slide his phone back into his tailored jacket pocket, smooth down his hair, and turn back to the table with a smile I hadn't seen on his face in over 2 years. There was no board meeting. There were no corporate executives. There was only a candlelit table for two, a chillingly expensive bottle of champagne, and a beautiful young woman laughing at something he had just said. My hands began to shake, the room spinning around me. In that single, shattering second, the man I thought I knew vanished, replaced by a calculating stranger. My name is Chloe. I'm 27 years old, a graphic designer, and until a few months ago, I believed I was living a charmed life. I had been married to Marcus for 3 years. We met in college, two young dreamers building a life from scratch. Our relationship was built on absolute trust, or so I thought. Marcus was charismatic, ambitious, and recently landed a major promotion at a prestigious downtown investment firm. I was incredibly proud of him. But with the new title came a shift. The warm, attentive man I married began to fade. It started subtly. Late-night client dinners, weekend strategy sessions, and a sudden, fierce protectiveness over his phone. Whenever I asked how he was doing, he'd sigh, run a hand through his hair, and blame the brutal corporate pressure. He became emotionally distant, a ghost in our own home. I kept brushing it off, making excuses for him, and telling myself that supporting his career meant giving him space. I convinced myself that the coldness was just temporary stress. I had no idea that the man I shared a bed with was actually laying the groundwork for a devastating betrayal. It happened on a Tuesday afternoon. I was downtown for a client meeting that wrapped up early, and since I was just blocks away from Marcus's office, I decided to surprise him with lunch. Walking down the bustling street, I instantly spotted his silver BMW parked right outside the Gilded Spoon, an incredibly upscale, exclusive restaurant known for its private booths. My heart did a little flutter of excitement. I walked inside the dimly lit, opulent lobby, pulling out my phone to call him. It rang twice before it was abruptly rejected. A second later, my screen lit up with a text. Don't call me. I'm in a crucial board meeting. Talk tonight. My breath caught. I wasn't looking at a blank screen. I was looking directly past the hostess stand into the VIP lounge. Marcus was sitting right there. No board members, no laptops, no corporate files. Just a candlelit table for two, a chillingly expensive bottle of champagne, and a stunning young brunette laughing as he leaned in to whisper something in her ear. The betrayal hit me like a physical blow. The room spun, but I forced my legs to move, quietly stepping back into the shadows of the exit, choosing to watch rather than scream. The drive home was a blur of tears and white-knuckled grip on the steering wheel. I walked into our empty house, the silence ringing in my ears, and realized crying wouldn't give me answers. I needed proof. As a digital designer, I knew that secrets always leave a data trail. Marcus was smart, but he was careless. I went straight to our home office and retrieved an old iPad we hadn't used in months. Because I had set up our home network, I knew it was still secretly synced to his primary iCloud account. My hands shook as I unlocked the screen and opened the shared storage drive. What I found made my stomach turn completely over. There were digital folders filled with credit card statements Marcus thought he had paperlessly hidden. Hundreds of dollars spent at a high-end lingerie boutique, followed by recurring, weekly charges at a luxury boutique hotel downtown. Then, I found the message logs. He was using an encrypted app, but the notifications were backing up to the cloud. Her name was Maya, a 24-year-old junior associate recently hired at his firm. The timestamps on their explicit, adoring texts proved the affair had been going on for 6 agonizing months, right under my nose. But the affair was only the surface of the nightmare. Digging deeper into the synced files, I uncovered a hidden digital folder labeled with a sequence of random numbers. When I opened it, my blood ran completely cold. It wasn't just a collection of secret messages. It was a cold, calculated financial exit strategy. Marcus had been systematically draining our joint savings account, transferring large sums of money into a private, offshore account I never knew existed. He was intentionally hiding our shared wealth, waiting for his massive end-of-year commission to clear before blindsiding me with divorce papers. Worse yet, there was a running log of typed notes detailing a malicious strategy to frame me in court. He had documented normal, everyday disagreements, twisting them into fabrications that painted me as financially irresponsible and emotionally unstable. He was building a legal case to protect his assets while leaving me completely destitute after 3 years of marriage. According to his typed timeline, he planned to file for divorce by the upcoming January, completely stripping me of my home and security while he moved Maya into a new luxury condo he had already toured. The man I loved hadn't just broken my heart. He had spent months treating me like an adversary to be outmaneuvered and ruined. Sitting on the office floor, surrounded by the glow of the screen, the tears finally stopped. The crushing sadness transformed into a cold, diamond-hard clarity. Marcus wanted a legal war, and I was going to give him one he would never survive. I closed the tablet, placed it exactly where I found it, and took a deep breath. The next morning, I didn't confront him. Instead, I poured his coffee, smiled, and kissed him goodbye just like the clueless, supportive wife he thought I was. The moment his car pulled out of the driveway, I called the sharpest forensic divorce attorney in the city. For the next 2 weeks, I played the ultimate role. While I cooked his favorite dinners and asked about his stressful days, my attorney and I were quietly building an absolute fortress of evidence. I systematically duplicated every hidden bank transfer, every hotel receipt, and every single text message between him and Maya, organizing them into a flawless legal dossier. I learned exactly when his firm's high-profile annual charity gala was scheduled. It was the perfect stage. Marcus thought he was the ultimate strategist, but he had no idea I was about to checkmate him. The night of the annual charity gala arrived. The grand ballroom was packed with city elites, senior partners, and the entire board of directors. Marcus looked flawless in his tuxedo, standing near the center of the room with Maya lingering just a few steps away, casting admiring glances at him. He was basking in the attention, completely oblivious. Taking a deep breath, I smoothed down my dress and glided across the polished marble floor straight toward them. As I approached, Marcus turned, his eyes widening in sudden shock. Before he could utter a word or try to usher me away, I intercepted him right in front of the firm's managing partners and his most important corporate clients. "Good evening, everyone," I said, my voice projecting perfectly over the low hum of the crowd. I smiled warmly and placed a beautifully bound, thick leather envelope directly on the cocktail table between Marcus and his boss. It was neatly labeled Q4 deliverables. Marcus left his vital files at home, I announced sweetly. Inside, you'll find the complete forensic audit of the corporate expense accounts he used to fund his secret hotel trysts, along with the explicit messages detailing his affair with his junior associate, Maya. The room went completely dead silent. Marcus's face drained of all color, turning a sickly shade of ash as his boss reached forward and slowly opened the folder. The trap had snapped shut. The fallout was immediate and absolute. Marcus was terminated by the board of directors before the gala even ended, escorted out of the building for gross ethical violations and misuse of corporate funds. His professional reputation in the city was completely vaporized. In the divorce proceedings, my attorney utilized the hidden asset evidence to secure a resounding victory. The judge ordered Marcus to return every single dollar he had covertly transferred offshore, awarding me the house and full financial restitution for his infidelity. Maya left him just weeks after he lost his prestigious job, proving their grand romance was nothing more than a shallow illusion. Now, at 28, I sit in my own beautiful, sunlit apartment overlooking the city. Looking back, that dismissive text message was the painful catalyst I desperately needed. It didn't just expose a lying husband, it shattered an illusion and finally set me free.